Things were going so well for Tottenham Hotspur through 61 minutes of the club's away contest versus West Ham United at London Stadium. Striker Harry Kane bagged a brace within 4 minutes during the first half. Christian Eriksen found the back of the net 15 minutes after the break, and Tottenham were seemingly on the verge of coasting to a comfortable win as plenty of home supporters headed for the exits well before the final whistle was scheduled to sound. Then came the 65th minute, when it all began to unravel for Tottenham. Javier Hernandez opened the scoring for the hosts, giving West Ham a glimpse of hope, even though they had been thoroughly dominated by the better side for the majority of play. Only 5 minutes later, Spurs defender Serge Aurier foolishly went to ground and committed a costly foul that earned him a second yellow card and an early trip to the dressing room. To Tottenham's credit, they avoid the Spursy closing critics, and even some supporters likely expected, after going down a man, even though they conceded a second goal 3 minutes from time. Spurs did well to slow things down and kill the match off, and Tottenham maintained their perfect away record with a much-needed 32 victory that will keep them near the top of the Premier League table for at least another week. One cannot help but focus on Aurier following the match, if only because his performance versus West Ham summarized Tottenham's season to date. Aurier was responsible for some brilliant moments, particular one that occurred during the first half, and he also left fans and observers scratching their heads wondering what exactly he was thinking at a moment when things shouldn't have gone so poorly. It's not a stretch to suggest Aurier was the best player on the pitch during the opening half. The 24-year-old was everywhere Tottenham needed him to be at both ends, and the brilliant stop he made when Marko Arnautovic appeared to break free inside the Spurs penalty area will go down as a candidate for tackle of the season. It was a perfect challenge and one goalkeeper Hugo Lloris needed from his teammate, and Aurier didn't fail the Tottenham number one. Regardless of what anybody thinks of how the situation played out, there's no denying Tottenham losing right-back Kyle Walker to contenders Manchester City was hardly a positive for the club, even if Spurs earned at least £50 million via that transaction. Walker has his rollercoaster moments during games, of course, but he's nevertheless one of the best players at the position in the country. Aurier looked comfortable filling the gap created by Walker's exit on Saturday. He flashed the pace and defensive prowess lacked by Kieran Trippier, and he seemed well on his way to becoming a full-time member of the first team and a player routinely picked by manager Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino, who joked that he would headbutt Aurier if he became a headache for Tottenham after chairman Daniel Levy completed the signing, will likely have a word or two for his right-back following the win over West Ham. Unless you clicked the wrong link or somehow became lost while traveling around the internet, you are probably aware of Aurier's antics at Paris Saint-Germain that made him surplus to requirements despite his undeniable talent. One reckless challenge is not, on its own, an indication of anything, but it should serve as a reminder to Pochettino that he needs to control things before they get out of hand. Winning cures everything, so teaches the sports adage, so Pochettino and those who support Tottenham can breathe easy and smile upon recalling Aurier's play versus West Ham. All can focus on the good he achieved without spending too much time focusing on what could have been a disastrous lapse in judgment. Maybe, though, Pochettino would be wise to select Trippier over Aurier the next opportunity he's able to do so, to send a message to his new asset.